everybody, and thank you for joining me with Time After Time. My name is Tamara, and I am so glad that you decided to come and see what this is all about, right? So if you've been on this page before, then you know that I've had only about 3 videos posted on YouTube for some months now. My intention was to cross over from doing Facebook Lives to start doing putting content on YouTube, and then it just didn't happen as fast as I planned, and then life happened, so I really stopped doing Facebook Lives also for about 3 months. So I'm back at it, so I thank God for that. So I could explain to you what Time After Time is, but I'm not. What I will do for you is I will attach the first Facebook Live that I did, and you'll be able to get a better understanding of who I am and what Time After Time is. So don't judge me, because yes, I was a natural blonde in that video. Again, this was back in the latter part of February, not February, but the latter part of January. So anywho, and then I'll kind of see where we'll go with that, because I did lives after that one in January, after that initial one, and so it was different topics. And so I may post those. I haven't really quite decided that yet. I may post those. And I guess if you just, shoot me some suggestions, or if you want to see those, let me know in the comments and I can post them on here. Again, I apologize, because I did not intend to start up a channel and it just sit there and there was no content being added, because I like watching YouTube, you know what I'm saying? And I've been wanting to know, like, what's going on, people, like, especially if the stuff is good. Like, I'm going to come back, I'm going to subscribe, all of that kind of stuff. So without further ado, here is the first Facebook Live that I did under Time After Time. So I hope y'all enjoy, and then we'll be back after the video. So just to give you, y'all laughing at me, just to give you a quick, I guess, description of what this is. For those who don't know me, I'm Tamara McGirt. My maiden name is Quick. I am divorced. I just kept my last name. That's a whole nother live in itself. So, but anyway, so I am doing this out of obedience. I really struggled with even getting on, because for so many different reasons, that may be a whole nother live in itself as well. So anyways, I could not rest until I got on. So I don't know if I'll be doing this once a week or just however the Lord leads. But so yeah. So basically, hey, Sister Melissa, God bless you. It's good to see you on. Thank you for joining us. So yeah, so like I said, and I know in a world where social media is just taking over or whatever, a lot of people are doing lives and that kind of thing. That's kind of one of the reasons why I was like, I'll let somebody else, whatever. But I could not, like, it was just, I couldn't rest until I did what God put in my heart to do. So, so yeah, so Time After Time. So of course my name is Tamara. The first 3 letters of my name is T-Y-M, and so depending on how you pronounce it, that could be pronounced time. And so the whole concept, or the whole idea, actually God gave me the name, because I was like, well, if I start doing segments, like, what will I name it? And so God was like, Time After Time. And so it's me after time, not chasing after time, but after time has passed, if that makes sense. And it's other ways you can look at that, but so that's the name that God gave me, which is Time After Time. And I'm just on this, I'm just going to be real. I'm going to be, just let your hair down. I'm going to be me. I'm going to be authentically me. So and this may not be for everybody, just to be perfectly honest. I know the flyer for it said, let's talk about, life and motherhood. So more so geared, of course, towards women. Not to say that men can't get something from it, but this is more so geared towards women, and especially those of us who are mothers or aunts or, expecting moms, those who stand in the gap as a mom. So it's just encouragement. One of the things that that has been a blessing to me is the amount of support that I've gotten, especially for those who don't really know. And I guess, depending on who you are, you may know, you may not know. But as far as like my story, as far as me being married and then getting a divorce. And so and I initially separated from my ex-husband when I was pregnant with our child. So I was literally, and this may be another session in itself too, but I was about two 2 weeks away from having my baby Graceland. Though y'all seen her on Facebook before, but I was 2 weeks away from having her when her dad, my ex-husband, said that he didn't want to be married anymore. And at that point, there was a lot that of course had transpired prior to that, but at that point for me, I'm like, well, listen, I'm about to have this baby, like and I was living in North Carolina. I was like, well, I'll tell you what, when you get home from work tomorrow, I won't be here if that's what you choose to do. And of course, there was conversation after that, and me trying to work things out and stuff like that. So again, there's a lot of stuff before that, after that, and in between, all that good stuff. So, but what blessed me and what helped me was having women in my life and around me, and people around me that encouraged me, because honestly, I'd reached a point, and if you've ever, those of us who have children, whether you just have one child, you've carried a child, you go through a lot mentally, emotionally, physically. Like, pregnancy in itself, it's a beautiful thing, and I know it affects women differently, but so I was already, for whatever reason, because of hormones and stuff, and so have to deal with that on top of being, pregnant and experiencing a really beautiful time in my life. That was my first time being a mom. Mentally, it took a toll on me. And so, had it not been, and I forgot to grab my tissue, y'all, because I'm a water bag. I was going to bring the whole roll of tissue, too, because I'm a water bag. Anyways. So, but yeah, so what blessed me and what helped me was having women around me that encouraged me and that poured into me, because I literally almost lost my mind. And so, and even after, going through the separation initially, and I moved back on my own accord. I moved back about 6 months after she was born, and then and the thing about that is that I remember praying, and I was like, God, I want, like, God, I want my marriage. I want this to work. Like, I'm willing to work through whatever it is. Like, I'll do what I have to do. Like, we can go to counseling. God, I want my marriage. I want my family. I want it to work. And then, and I was like, well, God, but God, like, just show me, like, God, just show me. And I remember I thought the thought, like, God, before I go to bed tonight, I'm going to pray. And I'm going to ask you to show me in a dream what it is that I need to, my answer that what it is, the steps that I need to make to, as far as should I stay or should I go? And that night, God showed me in a dream what my answer was. And me being, for whatever reason, just wanting what I wanted, I still went back. And of course, it was still more hell to have to deal with. And so about 2 months after moving back to North Carolina, I actually came back to Georgia. I took a train, me and my baby, we came about then. She was about 6 or 7 months old. So we rode a train from North Carolina to Georgia, and we wanted to go, I was coming to a conference. It was at City of Refuge. I was going to a conference, and it was like a prophetic conference or something like that. And y'all, this is just my story time, and also my encouragement to you. So, anyways, I was going to a conference, and it was only like a 3-day conference, like the weekend. We agreed on it, all that good stuff. And so he gave me money to come, everything. And so sometime in between me coming and before it was time for me to go back, he was like, I think y'all should stay. You should stay. And so at that point, I was like, you know what? I was just like, it is what it is, And so, I just really thank God, like I said, because during that process, the initial, we're not going to be together, the initial, separation, and even through filing for divorce and having to, go through all of that, God kept me. And so I just want to tell, oh God, I'm going to cry. I just want to share with somebody. And like I said, I know this isn't for everybody, but I know it's for somebody. So even if it's not for you, you can share it, but you can't make it. And it's not I'm not even just talking about just with going through a divorce, but just with motherhood alone. Yes, it's a beautiful thing, but my God, Tamara, I had never planned to be a single mom. That was never my aim. That was never my goal. That was never what I wanted. And to be perfectly, and I'm just gonna be me, and I'm gonna be real. And one of the things that I had told him, I was like, look, if you think I married you just to have a baby, you crazy. I didn't have to leave Brunswick for that. Like, I didn't have to marry you for that if I just wanted to have a baby. Like, I'm just being perfect. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. So if you don't like it, you can log off. It's okay. I'm cool with that. But my thing was, I was like, well, look, I didn't have to be with you to have a baby if that's like, if you think that's why I'm with you. And so, because that was some of the stuff that he said or whatever. And so but I want, like I said, I want to encourage you that you can make it. You can, and you will make it. I remember my daughter's first birthday, the day of her first birthday, and y'all, when I tell you I was going through it, that particular day, I was thinking I'm about to either go check myself in to Epworth, whatever the place is on St. Simon's. I'm about to go check myself in because I'm losing my mind, or I'm about to, oh God. Whew. I remember thinking, I'm gonna check myself in, or I'm about to drive up this bridge. I'm gonna drive up the bridge, and it is what it is. And this is me loving the Lord, saved, all of that stuff. But the reality is that that's the place that I had gotten to in my life. And that's how low I had gotten. And so that's why I said I want to encourage somebody. And like I said, it may not be a divorce. It may not be a breakup. It may not be, baby daddy drama and none of that stuff. But whatever the case is, whatever that thing may be, whatever that it may be, you can make it. And so that particular day, my daughter's first birthday, was June 21st, 2017. And I was like, Ma, I just really need you to, I tried to celebrate her birthday with her, all that stuff. I was like, Ma, I just really need you to just keep her for a minute. I was like, I need to get some air or whatever. Didn't even explain to her what was going on, whatever. And I remember driving and like crying, and I called one of my friends. And so she just so happened to be at another friend's house, another lady that I knew, and it was like three of them together. And that night, oh God, that was a godsend, because they poured into me like that saved. I believe that was one of those moments that really like saved my life that particular night, because I was losing my mind. And I believe, and I know that's exactly what the enemy wanted. Because he saw that he couldn't, other stuff he couldn't touch. It wasn't phasing me. He saw that he would try something over here, and I would bounce back. He would try something there. So he came for my mind. Like I was losing my mind, but I thank God because I made it. And I look back, and, I've been divorced. The end of this month will make 2 years that my divorce has been finalized. So I've been divorced, for 2 years, and just looking back, my baby will be 5, in June, on June 21st. And so, and y'all seen it, Graceland is, y'all pray for me, okay? Graceland is a handful. She is a trip, but she'll be 5 in June. And so just looking back at how God has kept me, how God has blessed me, how God has kept my mind, that's what I'm most grateful for. Because like I said, sometimes when we go through stuff, we can, depending on what it is, or depending on who wronged us, who offended us, we can sometimes get to that place where we feel like we're going to lose it. And I have literally gotten to a place where I felt like I was going to lose my mind. But I just really want to encourage somebody today that you can make it, and God will see you through it. And I don't, the remedy that I have, and I know it, it's a process. Our healing is a process. The things that we go through, it's a process. But I thank God for my process, and I thank God that he kept me through it all. It was something in particular I was going to say, but like I said, most importantly, I just want to tell you that you can make it. You are not alone. Find you somebody. I'm not even saying a whole group of people, even if it's just that one person. Find you somebody that can encourage you, that can pour into you, somebody that is going to lift you up, somebody that knows the Lord. I know everybody. I think that's what I was going to say a second ago. I know everybody is not may not be a believer, may not be a Christian, they may not believe in Jesus. I am, and I do. God has proven himself to me over and over again. He has not given me a reason to even doubt him, not one single time. And so that's why I stick with the Lord. That's why I run for God as hard as I do, because he hasn't given me a reason to think otherwise of him, and he never will. And so And so, but my encouragement to you, for those who are going through that, hey, Ma Christine, I love you. Thank you for tuning in. So for those who may not, maybe you believe in the universe and the stars and all of this, I'm going to tell you, I have to tell you what I know, and I have to tell you the truth, is that God is the way. That's the only thing. It wasn't me leaving one relationship and getting to another one, and I know, and like I said, I'm going to be raw and real. I know some people, their thing is, oh, well, in order to get over one man, you got to get under another one. It was none of that. I found my mind. I was able to keep my mind at the feet of Jesus. Broke, tore up, busted and disgusted, going through. I mean, I probably, and I didn't study it, so I don't remember all the stages, but I think they said there was like 7 stages to grieving or something. Like, I remember going through depression. I remember going through the angry phase. I remember going through the grieving phase. I remember wanting to kill him. If I can just be for real, I remember wanting to kill. I'm just being honest. Like, I didn't do it. He alive. He alive. I didn't do it. But I remember just having all these different kind of thoughts and all this stuff going through my head. But what saved me and what kept me was being at the feet of Jesus. And so I just really want to encourage you on today, y'all, that whatever it is, you can make it. You can and you will make it. You can and you will make it. I'm on live. I'm live. I'm doing a live video. Thank you. Sorry. I told everybody, but the one person who I didn't tell, she came in the house. But anyways, I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah, so you can make it. You really can. You can make it. And don't think for one second that one of the things that was told to me is that, there are women just like you, because when you're going through what you're going through and it's so heavy and it's so much, sometimes you think to yourself like, oh my gosh, I'm the only one, and sometimes it feels like that. And then sometimes you just don't care. You be like, okay, I'm not worried about nobody else's situation. I'm worried about mine. Like, I'm ready to ill up. I want to punch somebody in the face. And that's how I felt at some point, y'all. I'm just being real. At some point, I felt like I just want to, whatever. It's whatever. I had thoughts of driving all the way from Brunswick, Georgia to Greensboro, North Carolina. That's a 6-hour drive. I had thoughts of going all the way to Greensboro to go flatten his tires or, bust the windows out his car, playing Jasmine Sullivan and Carrie Underwood the whole way there, because I was going to do it, and I was going to drive all the way back like I didn't know what happened, all in one day. Crazy. Was thinking crazy stuff. And so, like I said, you're not gonna lose it. You're not gonna lose your mind. You're not gonna go crazy. You're not gonna you're not gonna get locked up because you done did something you shouldn't have been doing. Okay, we're not gonna get retaliation. You let God deal with that. And that's another thing, because a big part of me, and I'm trying to make this too long, y'all, but part of me wanted to, I don't want to say a big part of me, but part of me wanted to get revenge at some place, or be like, well, you know what, Nickelodeon, and you know what word I said, what, Nickelodeon, well, since you want to act stupid, you ain't gotta talk to your child, and you can talk to her when a court make me let you talk to her, because when you're gonna divorce and you have a child or children or property or whatever involved, it's a process. And then because he was dragging his feet with certain stuff, it was a long process, and so it didn't happen. The divorce didn't happen overnight. It took over a year for the divorce to even be finalized. And so in that process, I was like, well, you know what? You want to be stupid? Oh, you don't want to send me no money for your child? Okay, cool. You ain't going to talk I'm talking about going straight Cleo. I'm just kidding, y'all. Guns blazing, But no, I'm just kidding. I can laugh about it now, because back then, I was boohoo crying. I can laugh about it. No, Melissa, no, put Sally away. Put Sally away. Sally don't need to ride, okay? Put Sally away. But yeah, I can laugh about it now and joke about it now, because I know that's something that God has brought me out of. And so even now, what has changed is not him, because some stuff, and not downing him, this is just the truth, and this is just what the situation is. Some stuff has changed not because of him, but because of me. Like, I had to change my perspective. I had to change my way of thinking. I had to say, well, you know what, God, as much as I don't want to cuss him out right now, I'm gonna let you deal with him. I'm gonna let you deal with him. I'm gonna let you deal with him. And so anyways, y'all, I'm sorry, y'all, my mind be kind of all over the place sometimes, but I hope I'm making sense. I hope this is making sense. Bottom line though is that you can make it. go through it. It's a process. Whatever that thing is, it's a process. It's gonna take time. But just know that God will see you through it. One of my favorite scriptures is Romans 8:28. It says, "For we know that all things work together for the good of them who love God, who are the called according to his purpose." So even when I myself made a decision to marry somebody and that wasn't God's perfect will for my life, God has still, now I've seen Romans 8:28 play out in my life, because God has kept me, and he didn't have to do it. I was outside of the will of God, and that's a whole nother, lie for itself. I was outside of the will of God. I did what I wanted and what I thought was best for my life. And so even in that, like, God still kept me. And so so you can make it. So for those who are still watching, if you're still on and you're still watching, just type in the screen, "I can make it." Because you can make it. Make that your declaration today. I can make it. Whatever that thing is, loss of finances, I can make it. Yeah, somebody done left you, your boo thing done left you, I can make it. You can make it. You won't die in this. And so so that's my encouragement for y'all on today. Like I said, I think the way the way this is looking, I will be that's right, Sharice, I can make it. And you can make it. But the way that's right, Ma, you can make it. You can make it. You can make it, Brittany. I'm just like, y'all know I see y'all comments. You can make it. So yeah, so the way this is looking, I will probably be coming on once a week. I don't know. I'm just going to see however the Lord leads, because I literally have a whole list of topics and different things to talk about. But like I said, it's just good to have a safe place. And here's another thing, especially for those who are those of us who are saved or who've been in church and have been church all of our lives. Sometimes, where there should be a safe space, we still feel like we can't really talk about stuff, or we probably really shouldn't say that, because we're Christians, or what are people going to say, or what are people. But we got to be real and raw, because God knows the depths of our heart anyway. And so so we ain't hiding it from God. So if God see it, then what do I look like trying to cover up stuff with people? You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. And so that's how you get to your place of really being healed and being delivered. Is just being real and being open. And so I'm not saying it like I'm perfect and nothing goes wrong in my life. I'm not saying it like that. But what I am saying is that I believe that I know that I've gotten to the place that I am now, just even mentally and emotionally, and I can laugh about what I went through 4 and 5 years ago, is because I allowed God to deal with that, and I allowed God to deal with me. And so y'all, it's so much other stuff I want to talk about. Oh my gosh. But we don't have the time. And so there you have it. That was the first live I did under Time After Time, which actually went live January 13th and not the latter part of January, just making that small correction. So I pray something was said that was a blessing to you. Please feel free to go ahead and tap the bell so you'll know when I go live, not live, but when I post again. Again, because I am still trying to feel my way around everything, I don't have a set date as of now, but I would love for you to join me again. So go ahead, tap the bell, share, whatever it is that you need to do. And until next time, y'all be blessed.